Do you play Genshin? No.
19 months.
But I have been offered a sponsorship for Genshin Impact, and I'm like morally
just finished my finals,
sort of pushing against it now because some weird shit happened on Twitch that like just blew me away. So like games that have gambling in them don't really like do it for me.
16 months of being a
they're kind of like oof.
Wow.
And if the game like is kind of just like mostly about the gamble, then I wouldn't really feel comfortable doing streams on that, or at least sponsorship stuff on it. And yeah, recently some shit came out actually, which like made me hyper aware of stuff like this. Fucking XQC took a very large money sponsorship to do slots gambling on his stream, and Jesus Christ, Twitch has just been like, if you are not aware of this, then like fair enough, but like everyone has been talking about this over the last few days because it's drawn attention to something that kind of needs to be addressed on Twitch's standpoint. Streamers have been taking sponsorships, like shit tons of money, from gambling websites to advertise, or sorry, stream themselves gambling on these websites, right? You're talking like anywhere from thousands of dollars to millions of dollars, right? And whilst that's like, you know, fair enough to do in your private time, like sure, gamble and whatever the fuck you want in your private time, like, but doing it on stream, I don't know. When it's sponsored as well, it's like an extra bit of like spice. It's like, because it's not their money, it's not their personal money that they've, well, technically you could say it's their personal money because they took the sponsorship and now it's their personal money, but they're using the sponsorship money to fucking juice up the slots, right? And I just think it's bad. Like my standpoint on it is you shouldn't do sponsored streams of gambling on Twitch. Especially with like a huge audience. I feel like that's very irresponsible. Now, some people will probably argue like, oh, they can do whatever they want, you know, grown-ass people who watch this person won't make an account and won't get into gambling. But that's not necessarily the point. I think the point is that it's normalizing gambling, which is inherently an extremely bad thing for you to do with your money, and can lead to ruin. It can lead to pretty much you just being homeless. Like it's an addictive nature that you're advertising and like glorifying. So I think it's kind of like not great. it's not good. You can do it in your spare time, whatever the fuck, right? Do it in your spare time off stream, but like putting it in front of thousands of people, even hundreds of people, like your community especially, it's very irresponsible. And to ignore the fact that you have this influence and people will look at you and be like, wow, I should do that too, is just so ignorance. It's just blind ignorance, if anything. Like literally money dollar signs, right? Actual dollar signs in the eyes, not paying attention to the facts or your influence. It's, I don't know, it's kind of scummy. It's kind of scummy. So you'll never see me do a gambling stream ever. If that wasn't like instantly apparent, you'll not see me take a sponsorship for a gambling site. Jesus Christ. Dumb. Actually dumb. I don't know. It's just fucking awful. Actually awful. Even if my audience were all like like above 18 or whatever, or even like 30 or 40, and they had the money to gamble, I still wouldn't want to, because they'd still see it as being like, oh wow, I should get into that. Like, wow,
maybe live in the middle of the woods.
Watching this gambling stream makes me want to gamble.